Hello everyone, welcome back. I know it has been a while for me, but I was in hermit mode and that is going to be what the title of this reading is about. Basically, I am doing personal readings for clients every day, and never ever have I noticed this card, the Hermit, come out as often as it comes out right now. This is a timeless reading, so I don't know when you're going to watch it, but right now this is the lockdown phase, and I see this phase basically as a purging. I mean, Mother Earth basically put us in house arrest in order to clean, right? I mean, the oceans are cleaner now, rivers are cleaning, the air is cleaning, and to be honest, I'm quite astounded at how fast this all went. I thought that this would take decades maybe, and now within just a couple of weeks there have been amazing results out there. And at the same time, I feel that we are called to purge as well. If you do live a spiritual lifetime, you've always felt that there are phases where you are meant to go more outside, be more active, and then there are other phases when you're supposed to go within and see what is still left that needs to be purged, or also about which ways do you want to go. Are you still on the right path in your life or not? Is it time for a change? And many people now are forced to change. Many people are losing their jobs right now. Those people who are most likely not completely happy where they are, and they have been ignoring signs for too long, and now they're forced to reevaluate. And well, job is just one thing. Relationships are being what is the word, I just used it, are being looked at right now. People who are with their spouses notice that they're no longer happy now that they're in lockdown or whatever it is. It is time for cleansing and for purging. And yeah, never ever ever have I noticed the Hermit come out that often in readings. And the Hermit is basically about withdrawing, looking into yourself and analyzing yourself, and also about spiritual wisdom, about having epiphanies and finding new ways sometimes even. And in this deck, it's a German deck, it is called the Traveler of the Other World. So this card is to me also talking about like meditation, or the Hermit usually has like a lantern, a little light it follows. You have it here, you have the ray of light coming here. So this is basically about going within and checking whether you're still on the right path in your life or not. I don't know what will happen with this reading, to be honest. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and see what comes out, whatever universe is going to give us. And there will be 4 piles today. It's going to be pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can skip this next part and go to the timestamps below, but I am going to use different cards as well, and I'm going to pre-shuffle those. It's the Oracle of Shadow and Light, the Messenger Oracle, the Gateway cards. I really wanted to use those because I think this is a gateway right now, and the Flower of Life cards. Yeah, while I was shuffling, I wanted to talk a bit about what has been happening in my life, how I'm dealing with this, because yeah, I just wanted to give you maybe like an example of what is happening right now. And for me, in the beginning I thought, well, finally I do have the time to do some stuff I haven't done. You know, I have some term papers I have to write, and so I was like, okay, finally I just do that. But then, of course, all the libraries closed, so that I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And my professors didn't answer. So, yeah, I needed to have another plan because university stuff did not work for me at that moment. Now the university has started this week. It was postponed for 1 week. And unfortunately, all the classes I wanted to take are still there. I really wanted to take a Quentin Tarantino seminar because I do study film theory, not a practical film. And this has been postponed, but I do have some interesting classes, to be honest. But So there was a bit of frustration, but I'm not usually too frustrated. I just take it as it is. Then I learned that I am going to lose one of my jobs. It's just a side job. It's like a 400 euro job, we call those in Germany. And it's just money I usually always put aside to pay taxes, since I'm self-employed. And so I had to come up with a solution in order to find, yeah, some place else where I can make that money. And I decided to do another psychic hotline. I have been doing 2, now I'm doing 3, and I almost got the money that will be lost because when I lose that one job. And I have been doing that one job for a long time. I started doing that job when I was 16. Then there was 1 year of break when I was 17, and I was an exchange student in upstate New York. And now I am 37, so I have been doing this job for like 20 years, and now maybe next month, 2 months, I don't know, it is going to end. But that's okay, it's just change. And I can see why that needs to go, because it is something that is keeping me at home, because it's a job I can only do at home. And once I do unite with my divine masculine, I am supposed to travel more. And I'm not supposed to be stationized at home. So yeah, that has to go. It has been my safety net. I did not love that job. It was just my safety net, because I do work, I'm self-employed. So you never know what kind of money you make, right? Sometimes you make a little more, sometimes you make a little less. So my safety net will be gone, but that is okay. Then I had some things coming up, like childhood things I thought I dealt with. Nothing bad, nothing too bad. I mean, I had dealt with that shit before, so there were just like rests of that. Then I noticed dreams about people from my past, like long way back even, and I have noticed that with clients as well. There seems to be a lot of purging going on in our dreams. Then what else have I noticed? Yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago, but well, it ended 2 weeks ago, but I had this period of like 2 weeks where it went absolutely nuts concerning my twin flame relationship, or not relationship, because I just remembered, or not remembered, but I was aware of all the difficulties. You know, twin flames are not easy relationships. We are in separation, and there's usually some differences, maybe like age, cultural differences. There's always some kind of differences, and I was worried it's not about him, but about those differences, to be honest, and absolutely freaking out, because there's just like totally different lifestyles, you know, totally different lifestyles, and I never thought that his lifestyle would be anything I would want. And but yeah, I know that it's like we live in different worlds, and I was freaking out about that. But then I did realize that when you are in a twin flame relationship, it's not just you loving that person unconditionally, and you would do pretty much everything for that person, as long as, of course, as it doesn't harm yourself. But you realize that other person feels the same for you. So I know that he would always make sure that I was well as well. So I don't have to be scared. So that was something that was coming up. A lot of tears, lots of purging. And I don't know why I'm that speechless all of a sudden. I feel like I was running a marathon. What else? Yeah, I wanted to work on losing weight, but then the gym's closed. So I was like, okay, can't do that either. So I am focusing on that one paper for the university I can do right now, because I do have everything I need at home. I am focusing on that stuff that I can do. I made new plans about this channel as well, because I decided in the future I still want to do pick a card, but what my clients always like best about me is coaching. So I will go more into doing coaching videos as well as pick a cards. And since I always wanted to be a writer, and I already did found my own publishing agency, it's just I have never published anything yet. But that is my dream beside my spiritual work, to be a publisher and an author, of course. So I decided that I will write the things that I will teach here also as ebooks, maybe a bit more detailed in ebooks, and do that as well. So, but now we will go to Hermit number 1, okay? That was enough about me. I just wanted to tell you about, purging, about some things, they just fall apart, like losing a job, like I did, or you just being stopped doing something, like the university stuff. And in the beginning of the year, I was thinking about quitting the university, and I was like, no, I am gonna do it, because I only need like 3 more classes in order to do my master thesis, actually. So I decided to not quit and do my master thesis. And then when all of a sudden I couldn't get forward, I was thinking about, is it still the right track? And I'm not sure right now. So it's kind of pending. But there has been a lot of purging, a lot of re-evaluation, a lot of making new plans. And I really think this is what this phase is about for everyone. But we will see what we have for Hermit number 1, the Mythen Tarot in German. We've got the Wisdom card. I'm going to read this later. Standing firm, I'm noble, brave, and strong. I'm going to put those over here. See the signs. And Angel of Time, working too hard. So, okay, we will see what will come out with the tarot. Okay, we got one jumper already. And we will see what is important for you during this time out, this purging phase, the Hermit phase. What else, spirits? What else? We do have the High Priestess so far. The High Priestess to me talks about going within. Similar to the Hermit, it's about, to me it's the card of the higher self. But again, I am an intuitive reader. This is my own personal view of this card. It's about, you can see also about receiving, but I'm going to talk about this in a second. We do have the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Pentacles. This card is called Work. We do have the Empress, so 3 major arcanas out yet. Great. So for you, I can already tell it's a very important time, especially since we do have the Angel of Time here, right? Okay. Those are too many. Just 1 or 2 more. So we will see what is important for you. Okay. It did show itself right now, but I put it back because it was too many cards. And the overall energy is the Two of Pentacles, and it's German. It's talking about change, and I should have said, careful, this deck contains nudity. I forgot to say that. But look, we do have a white moon and a black moon here, and I think this is talking about things that are unknown, and I think this is like becoming unknown. And some people say the antlers can symbolize the divine masculine. It can symbolize about talking to spirit, about getting epiphanies, or you know, like antlers, like antennas, talking to spirit. But anyway, this card is called change, so your overall energy is going to be change. Yeah, makes sense with the Hermit card, right? And there it is. It came out, actually. Who would have thought the Hermit is important for you? Okay. Let me see what we have. Okay. Those are actually nice cards. Okay. It is a very important period for you. One thing, I am going to read this, but I just feel drawn to this. It is called Wisdom, and This reminds me of the High Priestess as well, because I said this is for me representing the higher self, about your own soul talking to you. And the Wisdom card says, activate your inner wisdom and allow the equal amount of positives and negatives about any experience or situation to enter your awareness. When this occurs, they cancel each other out. Healing happens and all resistance about the situation or experience melts away. You are left feeling soft and easy, the veil of illusions parts, and you have an aha moment. That may go something like this. Now I understand what that has been here in my life. That makes so much sense. My life has always shown me how to come back into balance so I can see and feel my higher wisdom. Today, look where your dreams are in your life instead of where they are not. You are wise. Wow, this beautiful cards absolutely fits into this period of time, I would say. So this tells me that some of you are struggling. We also see that in this card, I'm able, brave, and strong, that you are struggling, but you are able to move up that mountain and you are getting signs. And also this kind of, no, it's not this card, but there's the Crowley deck, and this card, the Two of Pentacles, is about change, and we see like an 8, and we do have that here as well. And so you are getting signs, and it is important that you listen to them. We do have the third eye chakra over here, the third eye, and this is also reminding me of this card. There is going to be change for you. Yes, it is important that you take your time, that you do not try to change everything too quick, because we do have this card, and this also talks about clearing out old karma, clearing out old cycles, about things coming up, and yeah, it talks about experiences, they melt away, and then you do know, and that's what I said earlier. Here we have the black moon and then the white moon. It is as if something that is yet unknown will all of a sudden be known, and right underneath this card we do have the moon. And I like the moon in this deck because you see the moon is like an uterus, and you see the baby growing inside of the moon. And so this card to me talks about change that is not seen yet, but it will be a time where it is born. And then we do have the Empress as well, and the Empress to me is the pregnancy card. I'm not talking about literally, but I always say to my clients, this card to me means that something is growing inside of you. Like a pregnancy, it does need its time, and then when it's done, it will be born. We do have this card which is talking about taking action, but right now I think that you are called to see where you want to go. I think for you it will be a period of significant change. It may have to do with job, because we do have the working card here. I don't see law specifically here, but of course it can be involving love or anything. And it's also important, I just get that because I saw the moon card earlier, and we do see the tentacles coming here and pulling that person down, and we do have the pentacles here. So be aware that you don't pull yourself down with negative thinking. That is something that is important. It is important to take your time, but also it is important to take action, and just don't just sit at home and think everything is going to change, or don't just sit at home and waiting for this period to end. Right now it is time to go within yourself, to make new plans, and then you can take them into action. And be careful about whom you talk to. There may be some people giving you good advice, but maybe there's some people who are trying to hold you back. We have this in this card, but your work will be successful because we do have the Ace of Pentacles, and this card is talking about new beginnings and something that can blossom into something long lasting. And again, you are getting signs. This card, as I said earlier, is talking to me about the higher self, so you do receive signs. It is for me the card that stands for intuition. And then we have the signs here, and then we do have the Angel of Time working too hard. So I think right now it is time to rest, and then you will see where your new path will take you, and you are going to make it onto the top of the mountain. But there is significant change coming for you. You will be, since the Hermit actually did come out, you will be illuminated in some way. And see, I just noticed the ray of light coming here, and we do have that here as well. So meaning you will have to work, but it will be divinely guided, and you will receive your signs all along the way, and you will know that you're doing the right thing, and then it can grow into abundance, even if you're scared right now that you don't have the abundance you need, or you want, because we do have the card that is talking about fear, but we do have the Empress, and the Empress is about something new, something creative, creating something new, and again the overall energy here is change. So for you, this is not just a lockdown situation that you have to wait, and when it's done you go back into your old life. For you, there will be massive change. I said this was not law specific, but I still want to check the Romance angels for those of you who are interested in love. Okay. So for some of you, this actually may be about a relationship. You have let your friends help you. Because we have unrequited love and soulmate. This is talking about those, and I do mean specifically those who are in a relationship right now, not in some situationship or in separation with their twin flame or anything. I'm talking about people who are in a relationship right now and they're no longer happy. For you, it is time to see that this is not going anywhere. I said it is talking about change. It is talking about new beginnings. But maybe your person right now, you know, it's no longer your person. So it's important to get out, and then you will attract a new soulmate. But I feel this message, again, is only for those people who already are in a relationship. And they will attract a new soulmate. So let's see what this card means. It's number 40. And it is the Angel of Time and Working Too Hard. There it is. You can check this, and you can pause this and check and read this. I am just going to read the divination message. So if you want to read the whole thing, just pause right now. Okay. Time for a break from mechanical, technical work is needed. Please take breaks from electronic devices like computers, cell phones, and even iPods, clocks, and watches. It is time to simply rest in nature's embrace. Swim in the ocean, float in a lake, walk in a forest, meditate in a cave. Camping, hiking, and gardening would be the most benefit at this time. It's time to unwind the tightly coiled springs and detach from the mechanics of the deadlines, and then immerse yourself in nature's time and truth. The Angel of Time tells you to do this now. Yeah, again, this is also reminding me of the Hermit mode. So this phase really is affecting you, group none. I don't know about the other groups, but for you it is very important. You will get epiphanies. We do have that in the Wisdom card. We do have that in the Hermit card that is talking about epiphanies. We do have the signs here. So, and we have this card that is talking about clearing old cycles of karma and old ways in order to start new ways. And then it will be time to take action once you receive the message, once you do know where to go. But in order to go, or to know where to go, you do have to go within first. Again, this card to me can talk about meditation, about going inwards, and it's the time to go inward for you more than, I can't say more than the other groups because I don't know what the other groups are yet, but it is very important for you to do it right now more than ever. Let's say it like this. This is what I have for you, group 1. I don't know why I'm that breathless. I don't know, maybe you are really scared. And that's what I'm picking up on. Maybe, I don't know. I'm being weird right now. But I feel like I need to breathe. So anyway, group 1, if this resonated and you like it, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and there will be more readings to come. I have planned one about people who are in divine counterpart relationships on their journey, how long they have to go till union. That is something I am planning to do within the next couple of days. So if you are interested, subscribe and hit the bell button. And then we go to group 2 in a second. I just need to drink some water. a look group number 2. For some reason, I just drank some water. I do have a very dry throat. We do have those cards. I will put those aside, or no, we check them. We do have time. I'm going to read it in a bit. Then we do have embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Beautiful. Wow, seek your destiny. Look at that. And ghosts of the past. Look, we have embracing the future and ghosts of the past. The past returns for a time. Yeah, because it is important to deal with it right now. So we will see what other cards are coming up. Oops, nope, that's too many. And then I'm going to read this card in a bit. This one wanted to come out. I'm taking the one that flipped around. 2-2. 2 of Swords and 2 of Cups. 2 of Swords in this deck is a very positive card. I know in other decks it can talk about being indecisive. It is not in this deck. But I'm going to show you or talk to you about that in a moment. I really don't know what's wrong with my voice. Feels kind of sore right now. No, it doesn't hurt. It's just my throat is dry and I don't know why. It has been fine before I started recording this video. Okay, so overall energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. That came out in the first pile as well. Okay, we have the Princess of Cups, the High Priestess that came out in the last pile as well. The Magician, the Knight of this, but it's actually in this deck, it's the King of Discs. It's just Knight in this deck because this deck doesn't have any kings. So we do have the King and the Queen of Wands. We've got the 2 of Swords, which is called Peace, and the 2 of Cups, which is called Love. So for you, there may be some changes in love, I would say. Okay. But there's clearing out some old cycles. Then we do have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces talk about new beginnings. Okay, what's important for you? As well as pile number 1, it is important for you to listen to your intuition, because for me the High Priestess is my personal meaning for this card, is talking about the intuition, and to me it's the card that is representing the higher self or soulmates as well, or your own soul, you know, your higher self talking to you, or that aspect of yourself talking to you. Then we do have new beginnings, of course, because we have the Magician. The Magician is the card, and my voice is getting better. I just realized it was just the first pile. The Magician is talking about manifesting where you want to go, and yeah, we do have seek your destiny, and you see you have like the third eye, or like this eye here, and I really like a third eye, and there is this cycle about things that are coming together. It's like, you know, there's like stars and they're coming together and they're getting focused in here. So it's like there is some vision or dream you had maybe for a long time, and now it is focusing, and so that later you can put it into practice. And this is the Magician as well. The Magician is talking about focusing energy, is talking about focusing all the 4 elements, because he's got the sword which represents air, he's got the cup for water, the disc for earth, and the wand for fire, and he's using alchemizing all of it in order to embrace into the future. Nevertheless, we do have some things coming up from the past. I don't think it's going to be too severe because all the other cards are pretty positive, but the Queen of Wands to me often talks about, if you are a woman, to me it often talks about setting boundaries. The Queen of Wands often, I gave my queens my own meanings, and often the Queen of Swords is the one that is cutting throats, yes, but the Queen of Wands is, I see it like the fire woman. It's the woman, you know, the Queen of Swords, she can turn into ice. She doesn't fight. She is icing people out, where she can fight. And because it's fire, fire is rushing in, and like having a temper basically is fire as well, not ice, not air. And so this can mean like standing up for yourself, fighting for your own battles, and setting boundaries. To me, it's the queen that sets boundaries. If you are a male person, this card often, to me, represents a man who has had dealt with women in the past that overpowered him, maybe like manipulation, changing them. You know, some women, they choose a guy and then they try to turn that poor guy into whatever they want him to be, you know, like, oh no, you can't wear that, you have to wear this, and stuff like that. And so it is talking about controlling, manipulation, all the kinds of that stuff. So to me, this card often indicates that maybe a guy is in a relationship that he needs to get out of, or should get out of, because it is no longer good for him. And often also it can represent for me mother issues. So it is about getting your own voice. It is about becoming the king of earth. It's the king that can, that is grounded and that is choosing what he wants to be, the one that is not going to be manipulated. For others, of course, this may indicate a couple. We do not have like counterparts. It's not king and queen of fire or earth, but it's a king and a queen. So there might be some differences, whatever those might be, but nevertheless we do have the peace card. So it is important to make peace either with your past, because we do have the ghosts of the past, but also about other people in your life. You know, sometimes standing up for yourself does create chaos for a short time, but peace for a long time, because if you stand up for yourself, then this is an indication of self-love. And once you reach the state of self-love, other people, the universe will only be able to mirror you back love. So if you don't stand up, you show the universe, look, I'm not worthy of being treated well. I don't treat myself well because I always put myself in second place or third place or whatever, right? And then the universe is sending you people that remind you of that constantly by putting you second or third place. And now this can indicate about setting your boundaries and choosing yourself. And I'm not talking, of course, about being like egoistic or something like that. Just about self-love. And this card can indicate that this is important in order to attract somebody who does love you. The Princess of Cups for me sometimes indicates having feelings, but being too shy to actually show them. And often, this can go along with her, because for me this card often means you do have some talent, maybe intuition or some psychic talents maybe, but you don't I'm a lack of English words right now, I'm sorry. It's like you won't even admit it to yourself. You're humble is not the right word. I'm sorry. English is not my native language. But it's like you're too humble, or not. You don't have enough self-esteem in order to see the value you do have, and in order to see the talent and the intuition you actually do have. So it's about usually toning yourself down and about thinking, well, maybe I didn't really get that. What I didn't get that sign, maybe I misinterpreted it. And this is telling you that you actually do have the ability, because we do have Seek Your Destiny, we do have the third eye here, we do have this card that is talking to me about a great intuition and about manifesting. So I don't see much drama going on here. I'm going to read this in a second, but I'm going to read this card first, the Time card. You can pause right now if you want to read it yourself. Okay, you are a ray of light and love beyond time and space. Yeah, we have love here, Two of Cups. Sorry. When you choose to focus your attention upon the earth plane, you created a physical body to experience manifestation, yay, and you created time. Time is a way to measure manifestations, so you can fully appreciate the experience of the physical. In oneness, you are a ray of light. Awaken to your fullness, to all of you, and no longer be limited by the perception that you are in dense form only. You are light immersed into creation. Wow. free to move through all planes of existence to a stillness of no time. In this moment, in any moment, close your eyes and breathe. Allow all of you to be here in this moment. Feel yourself in no time, just this moment leading to the next, a chain, a link that contains all you need to move you to the next moment. In this place, time becomes flexible. It pulses, collapses, and expands, and all occurs simultaneously. In this elastic state, new concepts, ideas, inventions, and alterations are readily available to you. Open your heart, feel the love of all. From this moment, no longer will you make fear, instead you will make love. In each moment, and time will incrementally show you many manifestations of that love. Wow. That just sums up everything I said, just in a nicer way. Am I stumbling? Yeah, it is about manifestations. So again, I think what some of you are going to manifest is new love, self-love as well. It is about taking new terms, seek your destiny, embracing the future, and step into the future with an open heart. So for you, I do see some change coming as well. Those are beautiful, beautiful cards. It's right now important that you do take this time to find inner peace with the peace card, and in order to see where you're going. It's about opening up. It's about manifesting whatever you want, but it has to do with your path in the future, and it does have to do something with your abilities. So self-love is an important issue here, but of course, since we do have a king and a queen, and we do have the Two of Cups, the love card, it may have something to do with romantic love, earthly love as well. I am going to use the Romance Angels card as well to see if there's going to be a further message. Just a second. So, okay. Wow, okay. So, okay. We do have the unrequited love right here. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I think this is for those of you maybe who have this opportunity right now to stand up for yourself and to free yourself from situations you don't like any longer. This does not mean that there's no love for you, because we do have the Two of Cups here and we do have the manifestation card. I was saying earlier, if you don't love yourself enough, the universe is going to mirror that to you. Meaning, if you always put other people's needs in front of your own, and again, if somebody really needs your help, you help. It's not about not helping when somebody really needs your help, but it's like you come home from work, for example, and you're absolutely exhausted, and then your friend calls you and says, okay, there's an emergency, can you drive me to the hospital? Of course you do that. But what if your friend calls and says, okay, I kind of just like, I don't know, I ordered pizza, would you like to come over? And you're actually tired and you belong to bed, or you just wanted to take a nice long bubble bath, then it is okay to say no sometimes. Your friend will still love you. It is just an example, right? But if you always say yes to everything, you're always proving the universe you are not good enough, or I am not good enough the way I am. So this unrequited love can indicate self-love, because I did sense this here, that you are greater than you think you are, and that some of you maybe need to set some boundaries. And then we do have the forgiving and learning card. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. We have as you release and heal the past, and then we do have the ghost of the past. The past returns for a time, but only for a time, right? And I am going to read this card in a second. Yeah. So there is some, maybe this unrequited love can also talk about past relationships, because we do have the past here and here. And it's about healing something in the past where you were not loved the way you were supposed to, or you should have been loved, and you can't step into the future because you do have embracing the future. And look, it's beautiful. It's about getting into a new pathway, and you do have the Magician as well. Then we've got retreat, which is pretty similar to the Hermit for me. It is time to disconnect from the world. And then we do have the wedding card. So this situation involves marriage. It's funny, I do study medieval German literature, and the German word for wedding is Hochzeit. And in medieval German it was Hochgezieht. And that actually meant like a high time, and it didn't mean a wedding, it just meant a celebration, a kind of celebration. So maybe some of you are not happy in their marriages right now, and it's time to go to embrace the future, to get new love, to manifest new love. And for others, it's about healing the past, to either give rebirth to your current relationship, of course, or to find a new love. But this is about self-love and manifesting. But again, those are all amazing cards. You don't have one single bad card. We're going to check the Shadow and Lights deck right here. But for you, basically, it is important during this Hermit mode to do some inner work, but again, it's no big dramas left. It's more about your perception of yourself that maybe should need a little help, or healing some past things. But I think those past things have more to do with relationships, not so much with like childhood wounds. For most of you, like right now, it doesn't mean that you don't have any childhood wounds, but I think for most of you, yeah, it's about stepping into a new world. And we do have this door here, you can see, walking through that door, and I just realized this kind of looks like a door as well, stepping into a new life. I have to turn on the lights, just a second. Did that help? Yeah, it did. Okay, we've got Ghosts of the Past. I am going to show you this. You can pause and read this if you want to. I'm not going to read all of it. And again, you can pause and read this right now. I'm just going to read the divination message. Okay, pause right now. And okay. Old friends, boyfriends, crushes, places and situations, all reminders of them come up to remind you of either how far you've come, or that there's still work to be done in areas you thought were long settled. We all have life themes, and we all have challenges and patterns, but the trick is to move through them quickly and to learn from them permanently. These ghosts with masks are here to show you what or who needs an adjustment in your life. A clearing where you make peace with people you feel you may have wronged is in order. None of us is perfect. All of us needs to forgive and to be forgiven. This is the cause of the indecision you are now facing. The ghosts of the past are haunting you. It's Judgment Day, and you are more powerful than you know. The time for hiding who you are and pretending to be normal and just like everyone else is done. This is what I sense with this deck. I can show you why. I used this deck for the first pile, but there is this image of the Princess of Cups that just reminded me of that, and I'm going to show you. But careful, this deck does contain nudity, so if you're scared of nudity, you need to close your eyes for a moment. And it's probably in the back. Yeah. So this is in this deck the Daughter of Cups, and as you see, she is hiding behind that rock from like the moonlight, and the moon often indicates the mysterious, the unknown, but also in astrology, of course, the emotions. Maybe you see there is like this circle of mushrooms. It's about you are divinely protected. But this card to me also represents to hide from your own inner feminine, or your own vulnerable spot, your feelings, your intuition, all of that. It is way greater than you let yourself believe. And so yeah, for you, this Hermit mode has to do a lot with healing the past, about manifesting new stuff, but also with reconnecting to yourself and getting to know yourself better. all in all, I think this is a beautiful pile number 2. So if it resonated, if you liked it, please give me the thumbs up. That will help my channel to grow. And yeah, I would like to hear from you in the future. And I'm going to post a pick a card in a couple of days about those who are on the soulmate twin flame journey, about how far you are in your process. And yeah, that's it for you, pile number 2. Bye. Okay, pile number 3, I will be with you in just a moment. I need to have a drink. Okay. So, hello, pile, or rather hermit number 3. You chose this one. Okay, we will see which cards you've got. You've got this one. It is on you. I'm going to read this in a moment. We've got renewing your life, clutter. Radiant vitality is filling my life. Okay, oh. We've got know your fears. And winged seer. You see clearly, clairvoyance. This card is a bit creepy, but okay. Oh look, the lovers just wanted to show themselves. I feel like I should use it. It just like came out. So, what else for pile number 3? What is this lockdown or hermit phase all about? So, but these cards are pretty big to shuffle, and I've got small hands. They're like almost as big as my hands. So, but we will make it work. So, what is going on for hermit number 3? What's important in this period of time? No, that's too many. I feel I should take, it's like a bunch of them. I feel like I should take the top one, which is faith. Oh, that's a nice one. Faith should be the Hierophant in other decks. Oh, that's 3 that came out. I didn't want that many at once, but okay. I feel like I should take them. Okay, I feel like 1 or 2 more. 1 or 2 more. Okay. And wow, look, the overall energy for you is the 10 of Cups. That's the happy end card. So what else do you have? Now you do have the lovers, 5 and 6. The Hierophant. Wow, you've got the world clearing out some cycles, huh? The 6 of Swords also means leaving something behind. 9 of Coins. Wow. Going good for you, huh? The Moon. Oh, look, it's beautiful. And we've got the Page of Wands. Look, it has like the 4 of Wands. Wow. And I just noticed those 2 dragons up there. It looks like a 4 of Wands. 11, 11. So, wow. Okay. Okay. I feel like this pile might be for some of you who are on a twin flame soulmates journey, because we do have, even though it's the Page of Wands, we do have the 11, 11 here. We do have the lovers, we do have faith, and we all know this journey takes a lot of faith. We do have the world ending cycles. We do have the 9 of Coins, which usually means you have mastered being happy with yourself. This card with the 2 wolves also reminded me of that for some reason. I don't use this deck much, but this is what I got first. The first thing I noticed were those 2 moons and the water in between, and the water is standing for emotions. And of course we do have the freaking 10 of Cups as the overall energy, right? Wow. Now maybe some things yet to do, right? Otherwise you would be there already. So it is renewing your life, clearing out the clutter basically. So it is, and it's lying next to the fears, and you have the wings here. You see clearly, clairvoyance. I'm going to read this card in a second. I think that you are basically ending a cycle of old fears, basically. This card talks about leaving something bad behind and going into calmer waters. We do have ending a cycle here, all the elements. It's like mastering everything. The journey is complete. We do have the lovers. We do have the 10 of cups. I'm going to put it here because it's too beautiful to be neglected. Then we do have like it kind of reminds me of not yin and yang, but mirroring, like soulmates. They like look kind of the same but yet different because they've got different colors. And well, there's a panther. Faith. You have been very faithful. Honor you. I'm going to read this card now. If you want to read it yourself, you can stop right now. Okay. Honor and love your physical and non-physical self, the body, mind, and spirit. Allow them all to move into balance as you realize all have equal importance. You are not your mind, you are not your body, and you are not your spirit. You are all of these together, a beautiful combination that the universe celebrates as you. Feel this and celebrate the amazing relationship you have with you, for this is the most important relationship you will ever experience, and everything else in this reality is a reflection of that. Close your eyes and place your hands at your heart. Say to yourself, I love you. I accept you as you are. You are important and your life counts. Feel the words resonate through you, illuminating the star within your heart. You are what you are. It is time to fully accept the beautiful physical and spiritual being that you are. No more resistance and putting yourself through pain by trying to be something you are not. Feel your star radiating unconditional love and light to every cell in your body. Feel enlivened, how do you pronounce it? Enlivened, I don't know. Feel enlivened, harmonized, and loved in the presence of your sacred heart. Let all be as it is. So, this is talking about self-love. But again, I think there may be some rests of that, working on that. But this looks like ending some cycle, like some union coming together very, very soon. Because this is the card, the Nine of Pentacles, usually where somebody is in self-love. Of course, several people are going to watch this pile, okay? So some of you may be a little more advanced than others. But still, I think most of you are pretty advanced. So for some of you, maybe self-love may still be an issue. There may be some fears for some, more or less. But I think most of you are going into a passionate new beginning, basically. I am going to read this card as well. But you know your fears. To me, it's important to know your fears, but also accept them. Accept your, like what you call flaws, for example. As soon as you accept something and not fight it anymore, it can go. And this card again is talking about self-love, and once you have reached that level, you will attract that love on the outside. I was just talking about that in the previous pile, but you seem to be further along than the previous pile, and when it comes to self-love. But only if you have reached that state where you love yourself and you treat yourself good, you show the universe, look, I'm worthy of being loved because I do love myself. And then the universe can send you somebody who confirms that by treating you the way you want to be treated. If you always put yourself last and other people first, the universe is going to send you somebody who does not put you first until you have learned that lesson. And yeah, again, I think you are very, very far along. You are about to close out your cycle. I am going to use the Romance Angels cards as well to see if there's a little more information. So right now, this hermit phase is important, especially if you are in separation, in order to clear out some clutter that can be some negative fears. I think you do know you feel very connected to somebody or to your own purpose. Doesn't have to always be somebody else. Maybe this is talking about your journey to self-love. But I think you do feel connected because we do have the rings here and you know where you're going. Okay. Wow. Okay. The first one that came out was pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And I feel that has something to do with your fears. And if your person is giving you some red flags, I think for you it's time to not point your finger at that person, but point the finger back at yourself and think, why does this person, how do you say, mirror something to me? So I do think red flags for you are only there in order to see what is being mirrored to myself. But then we do have the religious factors. And I don't read this card basically as, as, of course you may have different religions. But to me, this is talking about spiritual love. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And I always put the emphasis on spiritual path, meaning this is some kind of divine love, divine guided love. We do have the crown here, which is talking about epiphanies, about knowing things, about being illuminated. And then we do have faith here. So maybe for some of you, religion is somewhat important, but you see here we do have different symbols of different religions. So it's not just one. And so maybe for some of you, it is the traditional way that there are some religious differences or other differences. Like I was talking in the beginning of this video, that during this lockdown period, I don't want to say lockdown period because it had nothing to do with the lockdown period, but basically with the energy that we're in right now. And those differences between my twin flame and myself really scared me about living in different worlds. Then there's, the problems. Twin flames usually have huge age gaps. Some come from different religions, different backgrounds, different continents, different society, whatever. So I was really freaking out about that. And so this card can say, yeah, there is maybe some differences, and maybe you do see those as red flags. Yeah, that's another interpretation. Maybe you think there are red flags, because when I was making myself crazy about, his lifestyle that is so different from mine, I came to the conclusion that since it is true love, he would always be cautious about me, about how I'm feeling as well, that he would not put me in a situation where I don't want to be, or where I would feel uncomfortable. So those red flags that I saw, ultimately, I don't think once we're in union, I don't think that they will matter anymore. And then we do have calling in your, so I think that is for some of you that you think those differences are red flags. But if it is the lovers, if it is divine love, especially a high-level soulmate, those differences, they're okay, because the universe wanted those differences to be there. Your souls chose those differences in order to help people grow, and to show that those differences should not get in the way of love, because true love can be, even if you are from, different cultures, backgrounds, one rich, one poor, whatever it is, right? And so I don't think that those red flags they're not lying too heavy. I really see them more as own fears, because we have the fears here. Maybe there's some things that are mirrored to you that can be cleared. But I don't see those as something really bad, because then we do have calling in your soulmate. And I just love this, because this is what I was talking about from the beginning. I did not mean to make this a love reading at all, the Hermit reading. It's not a love reading. But pile number 3 turned out to be a love reading with the Lover's Faith. We do have all those high-level soulmate cards, and then we do have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. And I said earlier, I think this pile, some of you, maybe most of you, are not too far from union. Some, of course, do have a little more to work on when it comes to their self-love, and a little more clutter that needs to be removed. But we do have the 10 of Cups. We do have calling in your soulmate. So I think many of you are actually close to your union. And that is amazing. And now I wonder which pile I would have chosen, because I don't pick piles. But now that I know it's this one, I don't get to pick it, right? It is the one I would have picked. If I had to. If I knew what I would pick. I don't pick piles in advance. But we are going to read the winged seer. And you can pause and read I'm just going to read the divination message, but you can pause and read this text right now. And here you can pause. And there. So, the winged seer, card number 12, which is also a very twin flamey card. You know, it's the card of harmony between the feminine and the masculine, kind of like the yin yang symbol. But divination message: your clairvoyant ability is being enhanced by the winged seer. Wow. You may be able to tune in and remote view, almost be able to see behind doors and into rooms and receive images that let you know what somebody else is doing without you actually being there at the time. And all of these experiences will either empower or scare you. You have asked for more information, asked to discover what you need to know. Now that the information has come to you, you must be courageous and take action based on what you cannot logically explain. It is important now more than ever to be honest about what you can see, but most of all to be honest with your own self. Beautiful card. And again, this confirms what I said earlier. I think that you are very connected to another person, and that you are getting or receiving messages from them, that there is some kind of telepathy going on. And the further you are along with this, you know, loving yourself, you will receive that love from your counterpart, divine counterpart. Doesn't matter if twin flame or whatever, just your person, basically. For some reason, this is, ever since that card fell out, I feel drawn to this. It's like a portal. But I don't know what it means. Maybe it means something to you. We do have like another 11 here. There's bats coming out. Maybe bats mean something to you. It's like a magnifying glass, but it's not. It's about focusing on something. Or the moon often talks about fears and anxiety and about the unknown. And it looks like there is light shining onto it or coming from it, whatever. It's like the moon usually stands for something dark, and now something that has been in the dark is now coming, you know, it's getting clear, it's getting focus. So yeah, that's what I do have for you, pile number 3, or hermit number 3. And this has been my favorite pile, I have to say. I hope you liked it. If you did, please let me know. Please give me the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. And if you really are on a soulmate journey, I am planning a reading within the next couple of days about how far along you are in your journey. I mean, I think most people who just got this pile are pretty far along, but again, some of you are a little more behind when it comes to, yeah, working through your own fears, and others are a little more ahead. Anyway, I hope you liked it, and stay safe, okay? And I'm going to pile number 4. Pile number 4. Okay, you've got some cards as well. Let's see, you've got this one. Oh, pretty, isn't it? I like pink. Peace. I'm going to read this in a moment. We've got mending bridges. Okay, I heal rifts. I am a mender. Heed your dreams. I love that one. The Violet Duchess sniffled, bored, and stuck. Oh, come on. Who is stuck in lockdown? Okay, let's see what other messages want to come out. What's messages for Hermit number 4? Oh, this one flipped. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, I believe, showed up in pile 1 and 2. Okay, like 1. Oh, how many are those? Just 2. Okay. What else? Oh. No, those are too many. No. Okay. Overall energy, the Hanged Man. Okay. Well, this fits because the Hanged Man is usually kind of similar to the Hermit. It is about, yeah, stifled, bored, and stuck, right? The Hanged Man is bound, it is stuck, and can't get anywhere, but often you see the halo, which is talking about illumination. So it is important for you to be stuck right now. Maybe you are people who usually like to go out and like to, I don't know, just put your focus everywhere except on yourself, and right now you are forced to go within. And also the Hanged Man often talks about seeing things from different perspectives, since it is hanging upside down. So maybe this lockdown is not too easy for you, but I see it to be very, very important, and I think you've got most cards from all the groups. Let's see what you have. Queen of Pentacles, that's a nice one. Page of Swords. The Knight of Cups, a lot of court cards. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. The King of Wands, another court card. Hey. The Knight of Wands, another court card. Five of Cups, again talking about discontent and boredom. We do have Justice. The Queen of Cups, oh my. Nine of Cups, well, this is a nice one. And the Seven of Wands. Okay, how many court cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Interesting. So many people. So maybe some of you are in lockdown with a lot of people. Or you are not in lockdown at all. No. I thought about some of you maybe are like working in hospitals, whatever, because there's so many people. But we do have stifled, bored, and stuck. I believe people who do work in hospitals right now are not bored and stuck, and we do have boredom coming up several times. Well, we do have the Hanged Man, right? And we do have it here, and we do have the the Five of Cups, which is talking about discontent and boredom. But I do see many, many, many people around. Okay, what does this mean? Oh, okay. Okay, I do get one scenario. In the beginning, in the intro of this video, I was talking a little about my experience with this hermit phase right now, and that I was having a lot of dreams and people from my past coming up in my dreams, and then there's some subconscious healing going on. And maybe for some of you that it is what is happening right now here, because we do have the heed your dreams, and then there's the snake right here, and snake is talking about healing, about shedding skin as well. It's talking about healing. Maybe for some of you it is past relationships, because we do have the sun and the moon. This is the yin and the yang, the male and the female. Doesn't have to be. Also, all those people can mean like family issue, family trauma. We do have the Seven of Wands. This is talking about conflict, maybe family. Maybe some of you are living with a family, or close by to your family, or in some kind of group with a lot of people. Others of you maybe do dream about the past. And it is time. Look, we have mending bridges, and we have be peace and mending bridges. So we do have two cards basically that talk about finding peace within yourself. Then there's Justice, that is talking about some kind of balance. Seven of Wands is talking about conflict. Page of Swords can talk about arguing. I'm looking if we do have counterparts here, a king and a queen. We do have a King of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles. Pile 1, it was the other way around. And a Queen of Cups. Okay, no counterparts here. I think some of you may have been people who in the past have always been out there. You maybe have a big group of friends, always always out, always doing stuff, and now you're forced to go within, and maybe some of your friends actually withdrew, and you're kind of like alone right now. Maybe some of you still talk. I just have the image of Nine of Cups. There's a lot of cups, and I personally don't really drink alcohol, but don't some people now FaceTime and drink together? Maybe you still party online sometimes. But I think that you are somebody who was often either always with people, and now you have to be alone and learn what it feels like to be alone and be at peace with that. Or you do have too much people, family, whatever around right now, and you have to find your peace with that. I do have the Ace of Pentacles, that is talking about new beginnings. We do have the healing your dreams, mending bridges. I think for you this lockdown basically is making peace, getting happy with yourself, getting happy with situations. Maybe you have been maybe you right now you are realizing that there were many people around you that were not good for you, and now you realize that it is better to stay away from some of those people. And we do have Justice here. Maybe some friendships were one-sided, and now you're realizing which friendships were good and which were not. I think your lockdown basically has a lot to do with other people. Maybe for some of you there are some dates and you don't know who's good for you, who do you want. Maybe there is like third party situations when it comes to love. Doesn't look so much like a love pile. I get more friendship and family. But maybe for some of you this pile has to do with third party situations and you or fourth party situations, because again we do have all the kings and queens and pages and knights, and you don't get to see each other because of the lockdown, and you're just looking forward in order to go out and meet your person anymore, but you feel stuck. And there's this conflict, maybe inner conflict of course, but also conflict with other people. And for you I think it is really time to see whom do you still want in your life, and whom do you want to let go now, and also to make peace with people from your past. It's a time for healing. I get healing quite a lot, but it has to do with other people. Let's read this card. You can read it yourself and pause right now. Okay. Love is beyond thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It is a state of being, an expression of all, fully experienced by being in each moment. Don't think about being in a moment, just be in each moment. Again, this is important. Don't think about being in the moment, just be in the moment. Be the courageous, loving being you are. Step out of the shadows of your past. All that matters is what you do in each moment. Make today the best day of your life by deciding your life is yours to live in whatever way is meaningful to you. You brought yourself to this life and you are responsible for the quality of it. Know about pulling and pushing what you like or don't like. No more resistance, for this causes suffering and pain. From this moment you can choose to be at peace and in the flow of love, no matter what is going on around you. Today the life you have truly wanted begins. And then again we do have mending bridges. No, this is not the deck I wanted. I wanted to check out the Romance Angels for those of you who want to know about love. But yeah, it's about loving yourself, be at peace, of course, and about not blaming others. So maybe you were hurt in the past, and now you see that maybe some mistakes were made on both sides. And look, overall energy is for yourself. It is time to take back control of your life. That fits this card, and we do have heart-to-heart conversations, and this could be the one. So for those of you who were asking about a specific person, this does look good. Again, may sense that for some of you there may be 3 or 4 party situations that both of you already have a partner, and during this period of being stuck with those people now, you realize that that is no longer where you want to be, and that actually the other person is whom you want to be. And we do have the Knight of Cups here, which to me means like making an offer of love. And then we do have the Knight of Wands that is talking about passion as well. And we do have the card of wish fulfillment here. But I think in order to get there, there is something from the past to make peace with, or leaving people behind, yeah, like this, that you don't no longer need or want in your life, and then you can be with your person. I am going to read this card right now. Okay, I'm just going to read the divination message. You can read this and pause right now. And here. Okay, divination message. Your desire to be liked, to please, and to be seen as a lady or a gentleman is cheating yourself out of something wonderful that you deserve to experience. Sometimes there are rules that simply need to be broken. Keeping to the spirit of the law sometimes means breaking the letter of the law. That's how things change. There is a situation at the moment that has revealed itself as unjust. We do have justice here. Unfair and absolutely unattractive to you. But you have yet to speak up. The most inspiring thing about the situation is that you'll discover just how safe it is to stand up for what you truly believe in. Others will be inspired too. So while it feels like you're taking a risk at first, after a while you'll realize you've started your own small revolution. Yeah, this reminds me of the Seven of Wands as well, you know, having your own battles. But again, it is about being at peace with yourself. Maybe it is time for some people to talk honestly, because we do have the Page of Swords, which swords talk about conversations, being honest, and also about knowledge and getting epiphanies and truth and clearing things. So yeah, for you it is important actually other people. I see other people playing a main part for you in this hermit phase, which is weird because it's the hermit phase. Maybe you don't get the hermit phase, like you want to withdraw but you can't, or you are forced to withdraw because you want to be with people, but it has a lot to do with other people and healing, and maybe other people trying to control you. And yeah, this card is talking about being free, because we do have several kings here and queens here, and maybe those are people who are trying to oppress you in some way, and it's time for you to stand up and fight, become not become justice, but get justice, and start new with the Ace of Pentacles, and then leave that sad and disappointed life behind. And again, I was talking earlier that maybe some of you are still in relationships, or your spouses are with somebody else, and now you realize that you are no longer with the person you want to be, but you want each other and not your old spouses. And because we have the Three of Cups, and sometimes it's like, okay, this did not work out, and there's still the Two of Cups here. I want true love. I don't want this disappointment. I do want to get here. So for you, yeah, it's a period of inner work, and again, I'm seeing the snake. It is healing and trusting your intuition, and don't try to do other stuff too much. Okay, really try to take your time and go within and clear that stuff out that needs to be cleared. So that is what I do have for you, pile number 4. I hope it resonated. If you did, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, this last part is actually a bit more personal. It's not a reading. And I just wanted to say to my special person, if you do watch this, which of course I do not know, if you want to know if you are my special person, then the last time we saw each other was about 2 months ago when this is recorded. And I saw you in Berlin. And I gave you a light blue envelope. So if you have ever gotten a light blue envelope from me this year, 2 months ago in Berlin, there is only one person in the world I did that to. That sounds like I did something bad. I did that too. But if you are that person, I just wanted you to know that, well, I don't know what's going on with you. If maybe that meeting triggered something in you, if it awakened you in some way, as I feel it did. And I just wanted you to know, if you do want to come forward, I would be very happy. Very, very, very happy, to be honest. So it is safe for you to come forward. I won't, I don't know, be mad that you took too long or anything like that. I would just be happy. If you are not ready yet, because there's stuff coming up that you need to heal and figure out for yourself, take the time you need. Just be happy and safe, and then once you're done, I would absolutely love to hear from you. And yeah, I think that is all I wanted to say. If you ever hear this, I do not know if you ever hear this, but if you do, I would be happy if you would reach out when you feel it's the right time for you. And well, till then, bye.